So today, guys, we're going to be swapping out the sprockets on the Coleman mini bikes. We're going to be doing a 72 tooth on the Camo and a 60 on the red bike. Should be some pretty good differences. So come along for the ride on this mini bike Monday.
Oh well, it's sideways. So we got 24 each way. That's pretty much all she's got. Alright, so we've done the top speed run on the red bike. It was pretty much 24 no matter what, uphill, downhill, flat ground. There's just the governor cutting it off there. And now we're going to do it on the Camo bike, see if there's any difference. Let her warm up. Alright, let's see how this one does. So this one stops at 22, which is weird because it should be about the same. But I've always felt like this one was a little slower, so kind of makes sense. So this one's slower for some reason, which we've always thought. I've always said that one felt meaner, and it is.
And I think it's all to do with the throttle. The throttle is garbage.
Throttle sucks.
So what we're going to do is actually adjust the throttle and make sure we're getting full throttle, and we're still just going to go ahead and swap the sprockets out. Yeah. But I think we're going to try the zip tie trick on the governors, where the governor, and basically we're going to go, well, it will at like 4,200 though. It'll let it rev a lot higher. So that's what we're going to do is swap the sprockets out. We're going to have to cut new chain for them because that's a header wrap.
Oh, pants.
Yeah, one thing, the header wrap, when you buy these kits, they smoke for a few days until they burn that new off this like rubber fiberglass coating. And be careful not to burn your leg on the muffler, because I did and it hurt like a mother. So do you want to do these out here on the trailer? Okay. Throw them up on the trailer.
Huh?
Oh, you reset it.
Oh yeah, I did reset it. It was 22, up the hill, down the hill, flat ground, didn't matter, going to 22. Same as that was, but that was going to 24.
And I could outrun, it seemed like I was outrunning you a lot.
Oh yeah, it takes off hard. That one takes off harder too. It's just all around meaner.
Alright, so we're going to start by, of course, I've already got the pins out of this cover, but we're going to remove that little clutch cover. Now, the only thing we're really going to have to do is take the chain off, take this chain guard off, and pull this bolt out of the rear axle bolt, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to get to it and get these new sprockets put on. Just for the heck of it, we're going to use the toolkit that originally came with the bike to see if this can be done with the toolkit. By the way, the only reason we're working outside is because it feels awesome. Okay, so this is a 19. Good gosh, that bolt is on there. I laid my finger on the muffler. Why would I do that? Okay, so that bolt is not wanting to come off, or the nut isn't, so he's gonna go get me a longer wrench. Fail number one with the factory tool set. They kind of hurt your hand, and they're, I mean, these are ultra Chinese cheap classy wrenches, but it's nice that they give you the toolkit. You can almost do anything to these bikes. You can take the header off with these wrenches. I mean, the valve cover, you can do pretty much anything to it. goodness. It's like they didn't want the wheel coming off. Yeah, I shouldn't be doing it like that. Like that. Oh, that's so nice.
That other one isn't on the floor all the way. It's like warped up or something.
Does that make you happy? This is not the correct way to do this. But guess what? The way we're going to do it. Okay, master link. Old Hawkeye Lonnie found the master link. So, got it off. Man, I tell you, we should have been greasing some chains. This chain was in pretty rough shape. Alright, so we're going from a 50 to a 60. You can see the size difference, so it's going to be a big difference on torque, that's for sure. Now we just got to shimmy this bad boy back in there. This is a pretty easy swap. I mean, I'm doing it the easiest way possible, and it's still hard. It's not hard. Lonnie, yeah. You got them tiny child hands. Come here.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
After the sprocket, there's a washer, and then a spacer, then the little tab, and then of course the bolt. All right, knock the poo out of her.
Now we need a rubber mount. 1/4 inch. Told you all we needed was there.
This is actually a pretty easy process. I mean, that took what, 10 minutes? It's pretty nice.
You got your fancy chain or regular?
This is just run of the mill.
Regular chain.
Regular chain. But I mean, we ain't working with a ton of power. So.
Shoot. Who ain't?
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend 1,000 parties. Oh goodness.
So you seen how big the difference was from the 50 to the 60? This is the 60 to the 72.
Huge.
What are you putting that on?
The camo.
Camo.
Oh.
Remember, links are in the description for these chain brakes. They will save your life. Alright, so got that 60 tooth on there. We're just going to slap this chain guard back on, and then Lonnie can go ahead and take this for the first rip snot. Are you excited?
Yes.
I'm really curious to how good this is going to work. And we are going to be making a toolkit very soon for these things, because the wrenches are handy, they give you, but man, a ratchet would be nice. So I'm going to go buy a cheap ratchet just to keep on it. I think that'd be pretty handy, don't you, Lon Treasy?
Oh yeah.
All right, we got everything put back together. We're going to do the zip tie trick on the governor spring. You basically loop a zip tie through the spring so it can't, you know, expand, and that's going to let the governor open up a lot more for us. We're going to remove the governor later, but we have a lot more tests we want to do with what you can do out of the box without pulling the motor off, because a lot of people are scared to take out the governor. I guess they're 2 years old or something.
Savage.
I'm going to have to loosen the gas tank to get to this governor spring. It's really hard. I think if I just loosen the back, or even just take them all the way off, but if I just loosen these, I can lift the gas tank up enough to get to it. There's 2 bolts on the back of these gas tanks, just like a Predator, and 1 on the front. That front's a pain to get to, so that's the one I'm worried about. I can't take it out, or it just sucks to get it back on. Actually, if y'all noticed in the Little Red 2.0 video, the gas tank, the bolt vibrated out, which I've had that problem a few times with Predators when you really get them in higher RPMs. Yeah, that gave us none. There's a governor spring right under this tank though. There's 2 springs. There's one on this throttle arm right here. That doesn't, I mean, that's really just to help it return. But there's one that links this throttle arm to the actual governor arm, and that's the one you want to put the zip tie through and just zip tie it up so the spring can't expand. Hold it like that. You see that black spring? You just slide this through it, the zip tie, and you can also, there's a few adjusters on it. We're just going to zip tie it. There you go. I need them little snips. Did I bring them? The scissors. Where did we put the scissors? We're going to do suspension on the seat. We're going to make some shock mounts and then build a plate for the seat to sit on, just to make it a little bit better. And we're going to try to put some suspension on the front later on this one. But I'd really like to do this red one as a street bike and do the Camo as an off-road bike. I think that would be cool. We're ready to try it. Let's do it. Like the Tupperware scene on Napoleon Dynamite when he tries to break the Tupperware. He's so ashamed.
He did it right in front of the tree.
That thing, you can tell it's 100 times better. I'm pretty sure he was spinning the tire through the dirt up there, and he rode a wheelie on takeoff. He can do a better job. Let's just let him get used to it.
I think the 60 tooth is the way to go with these. The 72 is going to be a little ridiculous, but this,
that's 100 times better.
yeah.
Like, I mean, you can be at anywheres and just punch it and it'll raise up on you. I think the 72 is probably going to be a little too much.
I was trying to say that to the camera and then your wife just turns towards you. No, I do think the 60 tooth is the way to go with these.
Well, we haven't even tried the 72 yet, but this is perfect.
I'm thinking the 72 is going to be a little too extreme.
You want to go do a top speed on this?
Yeah.
I wonder how the governor is going to change it. We got to swap the foam mount over. Or got to buy another one pronto.
So I forgot we did that trick with the governor because this thing opens up a lot more. So we're still hitting the same top speed but a lot more torque. So this is pretty exciting. We're about to have some fun on these.
it a lot better?
Oh yeah.
So
Because we did that little trick.
Yeah.
Did 28.
28
and that much torque.
And it has all that torque. That is freaking awesome. So Lonnie said
that was up the hill. Did 26.
26 up the hill, 28. I'm gonna go ride it real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, 27 with me down the hill. And you can tell, like, it'll rev till she warps a valve. Like, it's full governor unlocked. Which I knew about this a long time ago. I just feel like it's not safe leaving the governor in there. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens if we've been about. Yeah, I could tell. Ooh, that muffler always scares me. That's the air filter. Scared to death now. I got my leg murdered. So now we're going to do the 72 tooth and see what it's like. Alright, it's the same process with this bike, so we're not going to go in full detail because we just showed you. But you just take off chain guard, pretty much take the axle nut off, kick the axle in, take the spacer and washer out, 4 bolts on the sprocket, and you're good to go. Look at that saucer. So how we're having to put the bolts on this, since it's so large and you can't get your hands back, Lonnie has a 13mm wrench that came with the bike, and we got the nut sitting in it. Then he slides it back and I tighten it as soon as he gets it on there.
There you go.
All right, just hold that there. Spinner. Sorry we're doing this outside if you're getting any wind noise, but it just feels awesome, like fall. So I wanted to work out on this old trailer. But I'm afraid this one probably is going to be too much torque. Like, I know that seems unreal, but it's going to have a lot of torque. So yeah, we'll see. So one thing to note with this 72 tooth sprocket is you can't run the chain guard. It interferes with this back. You could weld a new tab up higher to kind of kick it up higher and out a little bit more and it worked fine, but definitely ain't gonna work the way it is. Somehow we broke the throttle arm off of this throttle assembly. I don't know when or how, but we did. Definitely need 18-pound valve springs now. That's the next upgrade. 18-pound valve springs, and since we did the spring trick on it. And I've never did this spring trick. I've always taken my governors out. So we'll see how good it is.
It seems like it's just...
I mean, it's just as good.
Yeah.
But I would much rather just know them parts ain't going to break up on the inside. You know, I don't know. Lonnie would go grab me some scissors. So as you can see, I'm just putting that spring on there so when the throttle goes, it doesn't have much give at all. I'm actually going to tighten it a little bit more. That's perfect. Like I said, it'll keep it from when you pull the throttle. Yeah, so I got it, Lonnie. So it'll keep this from, that spring normally lets the governor pull the throttle back, the butterfly on the carb, without actually pulling your hand throttle back, if that makes any sense. So that'll just stop that. We don't recommend this. We recommend pulling your governor out completely and putting 18-pound valve springs. Don't do it unless you're doing 18-pound valve springs. And later on we're going to do billet flywheel and billet rod just for longevity on these engines. You put a billet rod and a billet flywheel, you're pretty much, and keep your valves, your valve lash set, you're pretty much golden on these motors for an extremely long time. The weak points are the flywheel, and the rod's the biggest weak point of these engines. They have no rod bearings. It's just, you know, like a casted in rod bearing, which is garbage. For high temperatures, it always will fail.
Ready for a rip snot.
than that red one. Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna do a top speed on the Camo bike, so let's go. Top speed on the Camo bike was 22, so about a 5 mile an hour difference from the red bike. So, verdict is, this one's like, this is CVT power out of a clutch, honestly. Yeah. And we still have the, people keep telling us to take the jack shafts off, but the fact of the matter is we're off-roading on these. We don't, I mean, these are pointless on the road because you're going to get in trouble riding these on the road and it's dangerous. So, I feel like these was made for the woods and that's where they're the most fun. So we're definitely going to be sticking with the clutches for a little bit and we'll see how long these clutches last. This was a huge success.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go ahead.
The bigger sprockets are definitely better. I like the 60 tooth a little better because you get the best of both worlds. That one's just all torque.
Yeah, if you want wheelies for days, this one. With that spring trick with the zip tie, don't float your valves. Like, it's very easy to float the valves with the stock valve springs. If you're doing the spring trick, you need to do 18-pound valve springs, just as if you was doing the governor removal. These things are a ton of fun. We're going to try to take them back into the woods that we went in originally. This one's going to be almost dangerous, like climbing over stuff. It's just going to want to sling out from under, you know? Yeah. It's super torquey. I would definitely go with the 60. I'm probably going to get another 60 to put on this one, I would say. Yeah. And these would be perfect because he got 27 mile per hour, and that's all you need on these bikes. It's plenty.
Through the woods, that's tack the whole time, having fun.
And we'll probably do the 18-pound valve springs when we do the 60 on this one. We'll go ahead and upgrade that. But this is, like I said, CVT power out of a clutch for sure. Just gear your stuff right and it's perfect. But, you know, off-road use. Lonnie's gonna do some wheelies.
Let's do it.
How's the frame not snap in half?
I don't know, hey.
You're clearing it though. Let me tell you guys the difference. You can see in the video, the difference is huge with these sprockets. We definitely recommend the 60 tooth. The 72 almost is too much torque, and with the way the seat is on that Camo bike, it wants to raise up very easy. The red bike is more planted because that seat's flat, but all your weight's on that back tire, you know, on the Camo bike, and it just wants to stand up all the time. So we definitely recommend going with the 60 tooth and doing that spring trick. I would actually just say to remove the governor and put 18-pound valve springs, and it'd be a ton better. But let me know what you guys think about this this video. I think it was super fun to make. We had an awesome time. I love that red mini bike. Now we have to put a 60 on that camo bike and mess with that throttle. The throttle's really stiff on that bike. We even did we messed with it a little bit on this video, but still never did get it like the red one. The red one's super smooth, and the camo almost hurts your hand riding for a while. It feels like you're holding a brick back with that throttle. Guys, don't forget to use those links in the description below on Amazon, where you can get the chain brake and a bunch of other tools that we recommend. Also, don't forget to go Power Sports and get you a 62 sprocket for your Coleman. I guarantee you won't regret it if you have the stock jack shaft set up. We are doing the torque converter later, but this goes to show you with just a good gearing ratio, you can get torque converter power out of a clutch. If you go Power Sports, make sure to use that discount code REDBEARD to save 10% on all your mini bike and go-kart needs. You can buy your chain there, everything you need for mini bikes and go-karts, they have it, so definitely go check them out. Also, the links to all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat is in the description below as well, so make sure to go like and follow us there so you can get pictures and short videos all through the week before the videos come out. And guys, thank you for hanging out with us on this Mini Bike Monday. Thank you for helping us grow. Please share these videos so we can grow even faster. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And always come back to Redbeard's Garage. We're out.